Okay, so we've finished with our crime report here, and we're going to be wanting to move on to making a warrant for this person. So, first of all, we've made the warrant, and if you remember, we've added up the charges. The person was caught speeding, we detained them, they refused to say their name, and we found illegal items in their trunk after searching them and on their body. So we've moved them back to PD, and let's say they had to log off for a certain reason, or there was an issue, and we told them that they had to turn themselves in where possible. So even though we've said that they need to return themselves in, we don't want to leave this crime report, non-existent and get someone else to add it up. So we make a warrant for it. So all we need to do is open the warrant, and because we got this up, we don't want to get rid of it. So we can right click and we can open it in a new tab. And when it loads, you'll see the same thing we saw before with the list of warrants. And we're going to go up here to the button that says add. And we're going to add a warrant. So first of all, we can see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the offender's name. So we're just going to pick a random name for now. So we'll go with, let's go with Armatech. And the warrant would be for an arrest. But you can see we've got a lot of different things here. The most common would obviously be an arrest or a ticket, but it may well be the seizing of the vehicle. You might want to just question them. It might be an investigation. You might have just seen them around the area and you put a warrant out for their questioning. So it may not be that they get arrested. They might just be brought back for questioning. But as I say, we're going to go down for the arrest, and we've got the crime here. And we can see a whole list here of different crimes that we might have here. So obviously what we do is we go ahead and use those same crimes again, so we can look here. So it was speeding, reckless driving, dangerous driving, driver's license revoked, failure to comply, stop, drug possession, and illegal items. So we can go ahead and do that. So it was a failure to comply. So what we got to do is we got to find the one that was the main cause of the arrest. So we're going to go with reckless driving. And for the process of this, we're going to list it as training. So first of all, we move on to this little text editor here, and we're going to move on to putting in the right thing. So for example, the suspects, there was no suspect. They were caught speeding through the town, and luckily it was late at night and there was people asleep. So we're going to move on and we're going to pop not available. However, officers, well, let's just pop myself in for now. An incident summary. So we're going to write up a little incident summary. So it's the same thing we said before. So let's see. They were speeding through. They were speeding through the town. And they were going around 100. Speed limit of 50. And so they didn't stop at first. And then when they did, they refused their name. Sorry, refused to give their name. After questioning, their van and body were searched. Where we found so you could say illegal items listed below. So if we go back to the charges now, and obviously for this is why we've kept the crime report open. So we can see here, so first of all let's go with the dangerous driving. We could just copy and paste them, but we want to put 1 times dangerous driving, comma, 1 times driver's license revoke. He had 1 times failure to comp. He had 1 times failure to stop. He also had the 1 times, sorry, just 2 times illegal items. And he had the 10 times cocaine. What else we got here? So we have the illegal items, failure to stop, failure to comply, reckless driving and speeding. There we go. So obviously make sure we don't miss any out there. 1 times reckless driving, 1 times failure to comply. Sorry, 1 times speeding. There we go. So once we've done those, obviously we want to double check we've got them all, and it looks like we do. So we can move around here, crime report. So when we put up a warrant, we'll also put up a crime report. So we'd put the number there. So for now, we will just go ahead and pop in a random number here. Obviously that it won't be that, but you obviously copy your main one. So we're going to move on here to guilty plea, jail time and fines. Obviously, as I say, this is for when another officer is able to get them. We can look back here. So let's see here. So we're going for the guilty plea first, which is down here in the blue area. So the time we can just copy. We can copy this here. Oh. Guilty plea. And there we go. You can move that out. See, it's fine to just do it like that because that doesn't look too bad. It looks neat and it allows you to easily get it over and make sure you haven't missed anything. Same with the not pleaded guilty. You can go ahead and put that there. Once again, just make sure it's readable. And there we go. We've popped up the non-guilty and the guilty charge, should they be found. Moving on to the evidence. So, when you're on the scene, you need to collect the evidence. So, for example, you would screenshot the illegal items, you would screenshot you catching them at speed, or you might have the GoPro evidence. Obviously, the GoPro evidence goes down here with the videos. Make sure you say the officer's name, and you time link where it happened in the video and explain what's happening at each scene. So you might say 1 minute 04, we saw the person speeding. 1 minute 30, we were able to detain the person, etc., or failure to stop. We'd detain the person, and you would timestamp it. Same with the image, you would get the images, and you would give a little explanation of it. So once this is all done, we can go ahead and click submit, and you'll see here it will refresh this page, but you'll see up here it should say warrant added if you've done it all right. So we can move on to clicking the warrants page again, and you'll see up here reckless driving arrest location we've set as training, and here is the outcomes. So for example, you can see here we can set it as open or served. All of the others here are for higher ups, where they can avoid, put it under investigation, approve, they can deny it, or they can, you know, give a warning about it. But for us, we have the open and served. Another little trick is when you're looking for open warrants, you can click up here in this big drop down box, you can filter it by open. So we can see all of the list of open warrants. Or we can reset it, and it will just do the most recent. Okay, so that's how to pop up a open warrant. What we'll do is we'll move on to showing you how to put up a crime report as well soon.